They aren't just nerds. They're nerd enthusiasts.
Good evening. Good evening, Michael Porter and everybody else that may be watching live on replay. It's me, Nerd Mafia. That's it. Nobody else. No, Scotty Hawk is here and Felicity Pubell. I thought she was gonna make it. I don't think he's going to.
He's here in memory.
In spirit, yes.
GVP.
We'll pour one out for him.
We got a wild night in question. Not really. It's not a lot of crazy stuff going on, but we got a little bit to discuss. Honestly, biggest thing I'm into right now. First, we should probably say rest in peace to Ray Stevenson. That was kind of a shocker today.
Crazy.
Yeah, I remember that dude all the way back from that HBO show Rome. That's like one of the first time I saw him. And then I guess speak ill of the man butchering Punisher, but everything else was cool, you know. That's unfortunate. He's going to be gone. We'll see him again in Ahsoka for probably what is his last go at it. But
yeah, that's going to be even more connecting to a lot of his fans. So it's just crazy, man. People are like, 58. Young. Too young.
Yeah.
Scary.
Actually, when I heard his age, I was kind of shocked that he was that young, because when I saw him last doing that interview, he looked like he was a little bit older than that, and it made me kind of think, was he sick back then? Because he looked a little off to me. But who knows? I'm sure eventually we'll get the truth if the family feels like we need to know it.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, probably something going on there. Yeah. So that sucks. Starting off the stream on a high note, you know. But in this intro to summer that we're kind of into right now, we still got some stuff going on, including they dropped a surprise trailer for Secret Invasion yesterday. Kind of out of nowhere, no announcement, nothing. I just caught it on Twitter. I'm hearing that background noise a little bit more now, Scotty. But yeah, I figured Felicity and me were just talking in the background. Maybe we'll just show it to you right here, and then talk a little bit about it amongst ourselves about it, what we think about it. I know I got some crazy theories. I don't know how much I'll divulge tonight, but get into it. So I got this screen right here with the audio ready to go. And screw it. Let's just dive in.
Fury, since you've been gone, things have gotten much worse. How do you think I came back?
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us, old friend.
This is personal.
Very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have raged on this planet. Do you feel responsible?
Where are the Avengers? This war is one I have to fight alone. You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
The great Nick Fury.
yeah, man. So that's what we're looking at, and I must say I'm intrigued. But I want to hear what Felicity has to say. Her immediate reaction. The nerdiness.
This seems very familiar. I don't remember there being that much different from whatever last trailer they put out. And maybe I'm wrong about that, but maybe that speaks to how out I am on the MCU right now. The first impressions about what actually happened in the trailer. Why is Nick Fury the most wanted man on the planet? And is Rhodey going to turn him in? Because the last time he had fugitives in his custody, he didn't turn him in. Is he going to turn him in this time? Because I can't see him doing that a second time. In this, but why does he need to do this alone? That makes absolutely no sense. That's why you put the Avengers together for stuff like this. So why is he trying to do it on his own? Nick Fury, the human with no powers. So
I got thoughts about all that you just said. Actually, let me get to it here. Scotty, let's hear what you got to say about it, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very intrigued by the show only because I feel like it's going to be a Nick Fury centric show. Obviously, I think he's just taking the weight of everything that happened and the fact that the Skrulls got by him and he didn't realize what was happening until it was too late. And now he just knows that because they can literally be anybody, he doesn't want anyone else to get involved. But I think we were speaking about Punisher. Like, he seems very Punisher-esque. Like he's on his own Avengers path now, like by himself to try to win this war. I think it's me good. I think that him and Talos, that actor, have a good vibe too. So hopefully they carry the show.
So I've got my theory on. I'm going to bring this back up.
Before you go into that, Nerd Mafia, just let me put one more thing on the fire. Are we actually going to get any appearances from any Avengers in this show? Because if they don't show up, I think that would be a downer for the show. For me personally.
Well, I mean, Rhodey technically is one.
And this is supposed to lead to
not really,
Secret Invasion. So, yeah. He's a second Avenger, all right?
He's a backup. He's a backup.
He's in the G League.
Who's that? Who is that?
Some Skrull. Who knows, bro?
Didn't even notice that. But anyway, what I'm thinking, I got like a wild theory, right? So I feel like this new president, like the rumor is like, should get to it pretty quick here. Boom, like Ray. How did I pass it? Looking for that scene with the helicopter attack. We'll let that play for a second to get to it. But that new president, I feel like everybody's kind of asking like, or acting like that's like a Skrull stooge, right? Right here. So we just missed it. But I feel like the word that we're getting is there's like thoughts this might tie into to the Marvels, right? But we're also hearing a lot about Captain America 4 and how the worst kept secret is that Thaddeus Ross is going to be the new president, right? Because by that logic, he's the vice president right now. So this scene is depicting them killing off this guy. And in my mind, especially since Ross is probably going to be like the big bad, Captain America 4 or Thunderbolts, one or the other. That's why you're bringing in Harrison Ford. He's no Skrull, clearly, right? And I'm wondering if like this attack, like the president that's in right now that we haven't learned anything about until this show comes out, I'm thinking like he is straight up. Did I say this shit wrong, actually? I don't think about it.
You think he might be a Skrull as well and they're already in there?
Yeah, I'm thinking like he's a Skrull. I've heard some rumors about possibility of Rhodey being one.
Mm.
And then on top of it, you got Sam Jackson came straight out and said Amelia Clark's character. He said it in a Rolling Stone or one of those articles that's Talos's daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's playing a human form too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm betting they
haven't
probably
shown
want
us.
to. Yeah, they want. Well, no, we've seen her as Amelia Clark. That's her human form. So I'm thinking, is that going to be somebody like way more important down the road? Like maybe like Abigail Brandt, like leader of Sword. I'm gonna go back to my notes because I feel like I'm.
Well, so yeah, do that while because you sparked some thoughts of mine.
Yeah.
Going back to that first Captain Marvel movie, it would be easier for them to implant a child than it would be for Talos himself to be still implanted. Fury's playing dead, so in theory, she could be their spy on the inside from the beginning. Assuming she's shape-shifting and impersonating government agents as well. So she could be the one that's like feeding Fury all the information or working on her own accord and then comes across Fury and they join forces kind of thing. But I feel like eventually she'll be an ally, right? Maybe I'm wrong. She's like a good Skrull still.
She's fighting with somebody right here. Like I want to say like, is that Monica Rambeau? But I feel like that's just racist to think. But like just because I see a back of a black woman's head.
It's because of nappy hair. Come on, nerd.
I don't know who the hell. Yeah,
we reach around here, man. Everyone's an Avenger.
I don't know who the hell else that would be. To be honest with you, it's probably like another Skrull that she's with at some point. But that's where my thought goes like immediately, right? I'm trying to find this scene too. They do a cut of like all the like what I'm assuming is like Skrull like bodies of like or the copies, the real people that they copied. I'm trying to get back here and find it.
So my question too is where are the stakes here? Because we already know that Nick Fury is going to show up in the Marvels. Do we lose Talos in this show?
No idea. So I mean, these
are the bodies they've snatched.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. So one of Felicity's questions was like, why is he fighting this on his own? It's like, well, you look at all those damn bodies. Like, who the hell is he going to trust?
Can't trust. Yeah.
You know. But what I was getting at before of the whole like President Rutson thing or Ritson, whatever the hell this guy's name is, Ritson. So I think I said it backwards when I was explaining it before. Like I feel like in the beginning they made it seem like he was like a Skrull target, like they're trying to take him out so they could take the presidency somehow. But maybe, and this is where like gets like messed up in my head. Like maybe Ross is a Skrull in the beginning, maybe Ritson isn't, or maybe Ritson is a Skrull the whole time. Theory wipes him out, and that's why he's the most modern man. Because maybe they think like putting Thaddeus Ross in charge would be a good move until they realize it's a terrible move.
Yeah.
You know? The other things I've been hearing too is Rhodey is like a high up, like he's like Secretary of State, basically in this. So, and this is all like, I'm not even gonna call them leaks because there's nothing like making them legitimate, but it sounds cool.
So to go off what you were saying and to try to like clear it up in my own head, it would be cool if the acting president was a Skrull and Fury or whoever, maybe it's Fury that removes him, or you know, it's a good guy that removes him thinking that's a good idea, and then the replacement's actually Thaddeus. That would be crazy.
And my head kind of went to the idea too. It's like, all right, what if maybe Fury doesn't take him out? What if Ross takes him out and he kind of takes on the role of Osborn in the actual like Secret Invasion comics?
Yeah.
And then he's like the hero after taking him out. Like maybe this doesn't like match together as much to connect like the Fury being like most wanted. Maybe that's just for something else. They frame him for something. But like looking at this scene right here makes me like, whew,
yeah,
anybody's a Skrull right now. Like
now. Why keep them? Do they need these people?
That leads
if they're replacing them.
That leads me to my next question. So the other thing is
because if they're the evil Skrulls, why not just kill and replace the government people that you need to replace?
I think I went past it. trying to find this one dude reaching his freaking arm out like he's.
And is Talos in that caravan impersonating somebody? Is
Who
that
knows, man?
explosion?
Who knows? I think I went way past it.
That'd be cool if like Talos and his daughter are both working hand in hand while Fury's hasn't been there the whole time. They've been carrying the torch kind of thing.
Right? Can Disney Plus just get like a better like player though?
That ain't happening. They scrambling for change in the couch.
You just
right
need
now.
to do your homework before the stream.
Yeah, that nah.
Ooh. Get a shot of him there for a second.
Who's on
Like,
the TV
damn.
in the background? Was that Fury
Which one?
in that living room scene right there in the background? Is that him?
That looks kind of like him right here.
Why are you wearing that hat around still, bro? Change your
Right? It's like the jig is up, buddy.
Most wanted man. His mugshot is the same hat he wears the whole show.
All right, I'm still trying to find this, but we all seen it. This dude, like, look at that specimen there. We've all seen like this dude in the trailer actually just like reaching his arm out.
Yeah,
like
this
a
guy's like the
Skrull
super
or something.
scroll.
Yeah, so it's like maybe
Yeah,
they're
what's good
keeping
with
those
him?
bodies because they're trying to like put those genes together, splice them up so they can make super
Okay.
Skrulls.
Okay,
That would be
okay.
a reason, right? I guess.
Yeah, no, I like that.
But I just feel like the tone of this I like right away. Like obviously we all got questions because we have no idea what's going on yet. But
This is
I
a
feel
stronger cast, I think, too, than they've had in some of the shows.
yeah.
Make my opinion. I don't know.
To lean
Okay, but
towards
I think I gotta cut in here, guys. At the end of the show, where do we need to be at in order to try to get on track with these shows and these movies for the MCU? Because the MCU is not in a great place right now.
Armor Wars is after it, right? I heard
This,
Armor Wars is supposed to be.
that's what like I feel like they're telling us, like trying to show us that it's like this has to happen for the Marvels to happen. But I feel like this is going to tie way more into Armor Wars than that.
Dude, I think it's going to tie into a lot of things. Like it could also tie into the Wakanda like vibranium hunt and the arms race. Like I think all that's going to kind of factor in. This show is supposed to be the show that kicks off all the stuff that's going to ultimately be like this is the act 1 of what's going to happen in Secret Wars.
So do we get some Dora Milaje in this show, do you think?
I mean, I hope we get Skrulls impersonating everybody throughout this, like, because Fury reaches out to some of the allies he thinks he has, but I think it'd be foolish to not have a Skrull be everywhere.
Maybe that wasn't the real T'Challa that died, and now they can recast him.
Oh, they ain't doing that. They ain't doing that.
They better just walk somebody through a portal if they're gonna do that.
There's a window to do it though, right there. You know,
Mhm.
I just think like with this, like there's so many different like. Obviously, you could set yourself up for disappointment, but there's so many different ways they can go with this story.
Mhm.
You know, so like grand scheme of things, yeah, I get what Felicity's saying, but at the end of the day, where I want this to go, I just want it to be fun. It looks like it's like set up to be, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to have expectations, and I kind of like that because a lot of the shows have known kind of what to expect, but with this one, it's like that spy thriller kind of thing. It's going to have twists and turns, hopefully cliffhangers. None of these shows really set up like cliffhangers that make you want to be like the weekly talk about that episode leading up to the next one. I can't remember the last time we were like clamoring at theories. Loki, I mean, maybe the first one that comes to mind.
I just want to know, is there like another black female character in this whole trailer that I like? Could that be Monica theoretically, or is that not even her hair?
That
Well, if
is
she
not
was up,
Monica.
Yeah, is her hair more poofy?
is
It's
she
not
up
her.
on sword? Is
Trust
she
me.
on the sword base
Trust
right
me, bro.
now?
We don't know. Like, I mean,
But like in the trailer for the new one, in theory, she's up there training with Fury potentially.
at
so
the
she's-
end of WandaVision, she gets recruited by Skrulls.
So she's in the Earth realm. She's somewhere near Earth.
It could definitely be possible she's in it.
Yeah.
I can't. They obviously. I mean, besides this one shot, if that actually was her, which is probably not, I'm being goofy,
Mhm.
but it would make sense if she was there, especially if like my thought that this girl is like this woman, Emilia Clarke is like actually like somebody way bigger, like the Abigail Brandt character. I think that'd
I
be an
mean, it's just
awesome.
another pass of the mantle. That's why I feel like Talos is going to die in this show. I feel like we're not going to see him in any more of the movies after this.
Think so? That's a good
Yep.
character to lose too. A good actor.
Well, they kind of hinted that they weren't going to be signing people on to big contracts either. It'd be a shame if they killed him, though. They should save him and bring him back for one of the movies, I think.
Tell that to the Fantastic Four actors we're going to talk about after this. But, oh man, I think there's a lot of ways this show can go. So I mean, yeah, there's definitely some avenues where it could disappoint us, but there's a lot like here that could be really awesome. Obviously, they still don't have the full sandbox to play with that this original story would be, and it's probably why they're making it a TV show.
I think this.
How many episodes?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think the show, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it would be comparable to Andor. I almost lost it. But as far as like the scripting and the plot, I think it could feel like Andor.
Looks like we're getting 8 episodes.
I'll probably be comparing it to that.
I feel like my biggest fear is this ends up being like too much like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, in that it's kind of a nothing burger at the end. But I feel like this is going to lead to something pretty big, like just implication wise throughout the universe. I mean,
they could surprise me, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I truly don't. I hope I'm wrong. But they have given us way too much with the shows and the movies. They just needed to focus on making the movies as good as possible and kept this stuff off of Disney Plus. It didn't help them.
I mean, when was the last show on Disney Plus for Marvel, though? It's been a while, right? We haven't had anything this year yet. So they've been cooking
Not this year.
Yeah, so I mean, 5 months alone just to work in post-production. Probably this is probably done before the new year.
And hey, we're getting Echo all at once. Yay!
I actually hope that it kind of performs better than some of the other shows, and then maybe they let us binge some other stuff. Like, I don't know why they're afraid to do that, especially if they're shorter, like total minute, 6 episode one shots.
They are afraid of our conversation about it weekly because they know it's bad. I'm sure that's the reason why they're. It's
kind of scary to think about.
Yeah. They just want to release it all at one time. Let us, be blowhards about it, and then just move on.
I think they're kind of testing the waters, to be honest with you, because they did the special presentation, see how that works out. They're doing this. They're definitely they're not putting out as much as they were before.
That that's what they're doing.
All the pushbacks and stuff, and they're reapproaching the way they do things a little bit, which is nice. They're not trying to push out as much anymore. They're trying to kind of reel it back. So
going broke, has something to do with that.
Is that character supposed to show up in the Daredevil Reborn?
Who's that?
Echo?
I'm sure it's too long to not have her in it at some point.
So they could be just getting her character like a in-your-face intro. I think in hopes to get people to like her even more, because I feel like she was pretty well received from what she did.
Oh, I remember when that show came
received
out.
To have a show?
No, hopefully this show coming out and being binged all at once will get fans to like her more. I feel like there's some people that are kind of on the fence about her, but don't hate her from the other show. I don't know. I didn't think her character was bad. Felicity,
I just don't know if it was enough to make me really invested in a show, though, about her. When the characters that we've been invested in haven't gotten great shows.
Well, she's gonna be part of this other universe, that Spider-Man Daredevil stuff. So
maybe. I think it depends on what happens with this. Yeah, because they're not shooting any of this stuff now because of the strike. So everything is pretty much on hold. So if this thing comes out and it doesn't do well, there's no reason to even put her in that show.
Hey, it's not on hold? Lord of the Rings season 2.
Wait. You mean ring? You mean Rings of Power? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that one somehow sneaked by. Yeah, I saw an article about that. I was like, oh, Twitter's gonna hate that.
Look, I didn't care about that show. I got through maybe a few episodes, and I was like done. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, this ain't for me. If y'all liking it, okay, but I don't care. It's not.
Never even attempted to watch it. Just like, nah.
You didn't miss anything. I'm telling you.
All right, what juice you got in Fantastic Four?
So
unless you had anything else, final thoughts on?
No, I just think this is gonna be a wild ride. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think the worst we get is some kind of version of like Falcon and Winter Soldier. But just based on the spy thriller kind of vibe we got, I think it's gonna be a lot better than that. So, but the other news we got kind of unconfirmed. Let me get this out of here. I forgot it was even there. But is we have I feel like I'm gonna mess up this guy's name. David Diggs is unconfirmed, but hard rumor to be the Thing. He is a man of African American descent, also Jewish, which kind of would make sense because they made a big thing out of the director only wanted a Jewish man to, or not man, obviously, because they were talking to Mila Kunis about it. Yeah. But they wanted a Jewish actor to play Ben Grimm and be like kind of honor the character in the comics. So it makes sense. I'm all about it. I think I was thinking about something else too, like the other day, because like we got word that like Adam Driver is like definitely signing, basically, but that was even unconfirmed by Disney, right? And Marvel. What if there's still a chance that he could be playing somebody other than Reed Richards? I would
prefer
reading,
that.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're not gonna like what I say next, though. But I was reading through some comics. I saw some other people's theories on how basically you go to like Multiverse of Madness, and every character, even though they're from another universe, they're still the same actor playing that character. And what if we do get John Krasinski still? It's just real hush. Maybe they're pushing it back because he had other stuff going on.
I think it would be awesome if it was just like a crossing of the leak information, and he actually he was actually doing stuff for Doom. I think he'd be a better Doom.
He probably, I think he could do either one, to be honest. I think he's that strong of an actor. We just don't see it yet because we haven't seen him in that kind of role completely. Which,
if he's a top pick and you don't get him to do something, I think that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, because I mean, like, shocker, people, like a lot of times actors like to challenge themselves and try different things. Maybe this guy came in and actually like auditioned, like they're searching for people and he blew him away. It's very possible. The guy's
he doesn't audition anymore. We're talking about Driver, right? Yeah. No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
They just send him scripts
for that kind of role. You don't think they're gonna line read nothing? They don't want to see. Just get an idea.
You want to play?
No, they've seen what he can do. He has shitty taste in projects. That's the problem. If he's in something, he's usually one of the better things in it, even if the rest of it sucks. Look, John Krasinski, I really had high hopes for him as Reed Richards, but when I saw him in Multiverse of Madness, I was just like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? It was horrible. I was like, yeah, please don't give us any more of that. I've seen enough.
I think you give him an actual like story rather than like just a few lines. I think
but his delivery was just so flat. I was just like, what? I mean, anybody could have done that. There was nothing special about his performance.
Jim.
They didn't give him a lot to work with, yeah.
Listen, you're talking to a guy that listens to like Office podcasts like in my spare time. So I'm definitely like, I'm all about Jim. But
that Diggs actor that you mentioned, I was looking up his stuff. He's been doing voice acting work for many years, and he's also in that whole Film Actors Guild from Hamilton. those guys are all talented. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of them.
I said either way, like I'm good with it. I think Driver and him, and then I think they had a couple really good options that were like that sounded like they might.
Dude, my whole thing is still, who do you marry to Adam Driver? Which blonde actress actually looks good next to Adam Driver?
But that's what you're gonna say
I'll
about
wait.
like the actual Reed Richards too. Like he's a nerd, man. Like the depiction of him in the original Fantastic Four, not the original, but the one in the 2000s,
but
wasn't
Alba
terrible.
and the other guy were believable. I mean, I don't know. It's just tough.
What's up, Q?
But
yeah, I'm not sure about that Sue role. I think it's key that they get the right person. But you asked a good question, Scotty.
She has to have a brother too, so she's got to have another like that looks related to her. So
yeah, I'm really not down with Driver as Reed Richards. I mean, he could blow it away. He could definitely get away with it. But I think Doom fits him so much better. But maybe he doesn't want to do masks anymore after Kylo Ren.
Yeah, I don't want to see him be a little cranky bitch anymore. Actually, going back on it, I'd rather have him be Reed Richards. But if they're doing a story the way it like sounds like they might be doing with like the 60s being involved, which will be freaking amazing, I think it'll work. Like you can kind of like make him look. You can make him look younger or older too. He's like 39. He's like the perfect age to play that role.
So who's Sue? Who are we going with for Sue?
I mean, latest was like what? Margot Robbie.
I'm tired of Margot Robbie. I know she's hot. Okay, I get it. I really do. But I don't think she's right for Sue. I just don't.
You know, the other thing is it's supposed to be set in the 60s, right? Driver definitely looks like a time traveler from the 60s. I'm just saying.
You might have to cut his hair a little bit, but it'll work. They'll find a way to make it work.
I guess they were trying to get Emma Stone, but I don't even know if she'd be right for Sue. I don't know.
I'm kind of tired of Emma Stone in Marvel movies already.
Yeah, she shows up a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad they didn't get her. It would have been weird. You would have had a lot to explain to Andrew Garfield in Secret Wars. So just wouldn't make that much sense on that side. I think for Johnny and Sue, you can go relatively unknown people. But like one of the main dynamics there is Ben Grimm and Reed Richards are like best friends. Depends how they're gonna tell the story too. So if we look at it, we can kind of maybe get a better idea of the dynamic they're trying to build. Is it going to be like a buddy cop, Fantastic Four? I don't know about that, but I don't know. I think Feige's not an idiot in terms of knowing what he has in the Fantastic Four, and like he's got to like do this very right. And I think
he's been waiting to do these stories.
He's going to do it in a different way than we've seen before. I think that's the main goal.
I also wonder how much all of these casting rumors are going to really matter, because it looks like we're going to be having a SAG strike too pretty soon. So if we have an actor strike, that might invalidate all the stuff that we're talking about.
Last time this happened, did we get all of them striking like in alliance with each other, like Writing Guild, Directors Guild, and Screen Actors Guild?
The last time I remember it was in the news as a big thing, it was just the writers. And then IATSE had their own thing with like the workers' hours and being overworked and all that kind of stuff. But I don't believe that was a strike too, yeah. So, and I don't remember if those happened hand in hand. That would be a Star Wars obsession question.
Hollywood needs an overall reset. I don't know that they necessarily need to get, all these people striking. But they need to reset the agenda, reset the pay expectations, reset everything, because they can't be spending $200 million on all of these movies anymore. It ain't happening anymore.
They're gonna start just letting the AI do it if that shit keeps up. There's people out there right now doing that kind of stuff, touting it, glorifying it. Like nothing's gonna be real within the next 5-10 years. YouTube videos would be all scripted by bots and shit. Not to bring the mood down.
Nerd Enthusiast brought to you by ChatGPT.
I'm just
Right?
saying.
I'll make my own.
Get on that intro.
Yeah, I'm liking what I think we got already. So the two like definite it seems where we got Driver and Diggs, and I think those are good hires no matter which way they go with Driver. But
I'm excited for the plot of that movie and like potentially them fighting Rama Tut and weird stuff. I like the weird time travel stuff.
The other thing we got going on is we got what, like just a little over a week now before we get Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which I'm pumped for. I get to go bring all the kids and wife now. I'm getting my wife nerdy as fuck right now, even though she's texting me saying be quieter.
You're too loud.
But nah, that's gonna be. I'm kind of scared to get myself too amped for that, even though we're getting so many Spider-Men. I know I'm probably gonna be happy either way. But
well, when the hell they bring him into live action, man? When are we getting this man brought into live action?
You know what I was thinking about today? Actually, I don't know why I was thinking about this, but like, why is Sony so dumb that they're not creating a Spider-Gwen series or movie? Like that would be amazing. It'd be brand new. It'd be fresh. You know.
Hopefully they're working their way towards some pretty cool Spider-Verse stuff. Like the Madam Web stuff is supposed to be like their launching point, and they still have Null. Like they still have their big Thanos god-like character they haven't introduced yet. So if they do it right, they've been catching a lot of L's lately. So they need
None of Sony shit is going to work unless they have their own Spider-Man. They should have brought Andrew over to do that so that they could get the rest of their shit going.
Agreed.
They're not smart. Like they have all this. Like if Marvel Studios only had Spider-Man, could you believe like what we like? Avengers was like what? Like their C level. Like if they had access to Spider-Man only,
dude, Marvel
the stories we'd be getting right now would be insane.
Marvel brought Garfield into that movie, gave him the Gwen moment. Everybody bawled and lost their shit, and Sony's just still like, nah, we're good. We don't need to do the third one. Nah.
It was just I was just thinking about it, man. Yeah, Sheiv couldn't make it there. He tried, but this is actually the first time Sheiv like couldn't do it for me. So it is what it is. But no, man, if they just came out like they could put her in their own universe, just made Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, whatever you want to call her. There's their Spider-Man right there, and like people will start talking about woke shit. But you know what? Like my daughter would fucking love that. There's a lot of people that would love that, and that character was like popular as hell. Like the comic book stories went away, and then people got mad, so they brought him back. Like,
we'll just call the shit Earth whatever and have it be her own thing, and like she's the one that actually crossed over and meets Miles in the cartoon. Like it's easy. You guys have a damn multiverse. Just do something.
They've got so many characters.
Even though we're shitting on Sony, obviously, they look. They're in a much better position than some of these other studios. They don't have a streaming service. They haven't wasted a ton of money trying to get into that market and compete with Netflix. And they haven't been spending a ton of money on their movies. So, you know, even though creatively they might not have a lot going on, they still are, you know, doing better in some aspects in some of these other places.
They're spending way too much on promotion. And then they over promote their movies to the point where you know too much of what's going to happen. And then you buy red Whoppers at Burger King for Miles Morales. If anybody's even still going there, they think it's like Batman Returns. Like, it's not going to work, man. I don't know. Just that whole studio pisses me off.
Tom Rothman doesn't give a fuck. He's like, we're bringing our stuff to the movie theaters. Forget all this streaming bullshit. You know, in that sense, he's successful. But yeah, we're right. He needs a Spider-Man to fill out his Spider-Verse, so all of these other characters work.
Pisses me off. Like Spider-Man's like one of my favorite characters, and like so is Captain America, and they killed that dude off. So Sony can't even make a real Spider-Man name. Marvel is potentially gonna like have a probably even better trilogy though. It's not even potential. Like they're gonna have a better trilogy in the first one.
And like the next Spider-Man that Sony or the next Peter Parker they introduce is gonna be a baby. Like, is this gonna be your fourth reboot of your Spider-Man? Like,
I barely know anything about that movie, and I'm almost out on it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think you'll be out on it once you see some costumes, but
I hope.
I could be wrong. Have you seen the cast? You should look up the cast.
I have. I've seen a little bit about it. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they're going, man. Sony's just lost. Making money off Netflix and Disney Plus for streaming rights. It's the best thing they got going for them. So.
Well, basically, it's the symbiotes and all that. That's the best thing they got going for them.
But they've yet to make like an actual good symbiote movie with Spider-Man involved. It's like the coolest story.
And doesn't it come down to like rights? And is that still a thing that they're battling? Contracts and agreements and handshakes. I hate that shit. It ruins the content.
No, they've got all the rights to it, man. Like Spider-Man 3, if they just took out the Sandman part of it, took out like even like the Harry Osborn Goblin part of it, and just made it a straight up like Spider-Man versus Venom story, would have been fucking amazing. And then it would have set you up for Spider-Man 4 because you could have worked in Carnage in 4. It would have been.
Yeah, they definitely dropped the ball multiple times with multiple.
And they're like, we'll just hire Topher Grace. You know, he's in right now.
It's brutal.
It really is.
And you like, are you listening to the fan reactions too? Because it's like it doesn't seem like it's slowing down or changing directions, or I don't know. I think they should come out with a bigger slate. I think they should come out with a bigger slate, a bigger, roadmap to where they're actually going. Because your friends on the other side do that shit all the time, and you guys just sit back and are quiet. Yeah.
Bring Vulture into Morbid time. No apparent reason.
Literally,
people come out and they're like, "This doesn't make any sense." They're like, we know.
Look, Marvel's no different. They're making the whole Agatha show based on a meme because of the popularity, the so-called popularity of the meme. So, I mean, you can't get on Sony and not get on Marvel for that.
I checked. There's no meme trademarks. Just too bad. I don't know, man. What the hell else do we have to look forward to? I feel like I hate to say it, but summer's starting and we're getting back into like the 2000s. We're like, you know what? Ain't shit happening until the next TV shows come back in the fall. But we got a little bit earlier than that. I don't know.
Right?
You guys aren't into Fast X?
I was gonna go see it, and then I couldn't. And I'm not even that disappointed. I couldn't go see it, to be honest with you.
It's the 10th iteration. There's nothing new to see.
Yep.
I'm honestly more excited to go see that movie with Sebastian Janikowski in it and Robert De Niro. It's called like About My Father. It's like an Italian family, and he's like marrying into like a non-Italian family. It looks hilarious. I kind of want to go see that. I might do that this week.
I want to see that Scorsese film with Leonardo DiCaprio, Killers of the Something Flower.
3.5 hours long. Good luck.
Holy shit, is it? I didn't know that.
Yep. 3.5 hours.
Honestly, like, all right. So I saw a lot of hate for this film, White Man Bad, whatever. But like, been doing these stories since Dances with Wolves. Is it no different? White man falling in love with the native. Like, this is a thing that happens, right? These are stories we can tell, and people don't have to rage on YouTube about it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm old.
Maybe if they, slid in under 2 hours, then maybe I mean, this seems like it's a little bit indulgent, but it is Scorsese. So if you're a fan, you probably do want to go see it. But I mean, most people just aren't going to want to do that. And you're not going to make tons of money,
It's
in
a
a
big
day if you're
genre
movie
film,
theater.
though. This is a
Yeah.
very specific genre film, and I'm pretty sure Dances with
Oscar
Wolves
bait.
was 2 VHSs. I think it's 2 VHS tapes.
Good
I don't know
luck
if
to
it was
Dale.
3 hours, but
Good luck to Dale on your surgery. Sounds like that's a fucking. Sounds like that's a fun 6 to 8 weeks recovery at least.
Mikey Porter, help me out here. Dances with Wolves? Nobody?
Honestly, I don't remember seeing the full
Shit, I am
the
old.
full run of Dances with Wolves. I've seen bits and pieces. I've never actually sat down and watched it all the way through.
It's pretty good.
Kevin Costner, it's amazing.
It's not bad. I don't know, man.
1990. Come on. Jeez.
Ooh, stomach surgery.
Oh, that does not sound fun.
But I mean, you get to chill out and just watch some movies for 6 to 8 weeks.
You can hang out and watch our streams.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you mean like watching you rage quit
Oh
shit?
my god, dude.
Oh yeah, we
I
almost forgot
tried
about
so
that.
It's like, and I was the guy trying to like not complain about the visual bugs and like the glitchiness or whatever. I was just trying to get to the cinematics so that we could see the story, and I wanted to try to not spoil it for myself. I waited 2 weeks. I just played it. Didn't go online, didn't do anything. And then like the crackling with the audio, that like you can't stream. You can't even play the game with.
Uh-oh. He's frozen. Oh, no.
Scotty's frozen. Perfect time.
Right when he's talking about the bugs in the game.
See? They're attacking me again.
Yeah.
Am I still
It's
here?
the game. It's the game.
I'm
that's
talking
what's
about the
going on.
game, and it's like, nah, dude, don't fucking talk shit. But yeah, the audio is just, yeah, skip ahead to like 3 minutes. Turn it down to, I would.
If my shit ever catches up here.
Oh,
You infected me.
yeah, dude, it's just. And when you like leave the game, it stops. You go back in game, it's there. So it's definitely on the game end.
There we go. Here we go. Yeah, that sounds terrible. So I'm just gonna skip through that.
Yeah, but like one more time, because you don't hear it now, right? Trying to mess with it. And that got worse. So I literally like was about to smash my keyboard. We go to YouTube and we just watch all the videos. So if you guys want to see the full stream and actually watch me give like a real reaction, I was able to do it, but not the way I wanted to. Go back a little further. You see me slam the keyboard. It's like 3 minutes. Right there. I'm just like, nope. Going to YouTube. This is where the rant's about to happen.
You just don't even say anything. Everybody's watching, waiting for you to play.
I'm over it, bro. I'm literally over it. Over it. Rage, quit that shit. Yeah. I said, don't ask me to play it. I'm just not. I feel like I literally burned $70, and it's fucked up because I knew it was potential. Like I'm watching people with a 4090, which is like a high-end graphics card, and the game's not even giving them 60 frames, which you get on a PlayStation on your television. So it's just the PC version, and it's ass. I tried. Sorry, guys. I can't be optimistic about that game. The story is amazing, but the game is just not great on PC. Anyway, we're not going to play it. We're going to play other games that are better, so you should come subscribe.
Yeah. That's what it is, man. When's the new Spider-Man one coming out?
Which one? The Across the Spider-Verse one?
Nah, the game. It's supposed to be just like Spider-Man 2, right?
Another one?
Yeah.
I thought they just did the Miles one. Shit, I don't know.
I know. I didn't even play that one. I heard there was another one coming out. And I'm like,
Well, hey, that's something Sony does good. Those games are always really good.
yeah, but Sony's not doing that. They're paying somebody else. It's like when they pay Marvel to make a good Spider-Man movie.
All right, touche. Fine, never mind. God, Sony, get your shit together.
Right? Fuck Sony.
Mm.
And then they copyright you whenever you play a trailer too. So bastards.
Universal, I remember, does that too.
Hate 'em all.
It's the No Fun League.
I don't know, man. But what else we got going on? Like just sitting here waiting for cool shows to come out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Ahsoka.
I can't wait for both. So 8 weeks from beginning. Was it the end of June or beginning of June?
This is something I'm bad at. I need to write down all the dates. I need someone to send me a list. They change it. Like things are getting pushed back on Marvel's side all the time. So
June is June 20. Yeah, June.
I heard, aren't they trying to, like, maybe this is a rumor, but isn't Secret Wars going to be like a 2-parter now? Maybe 3.
Secret
Oh.
Wars.
I heard Secret Wars movie might become a 2-part thing.
That's
like Endgame and Infinity War.
I think it might even get crazier. Like there's talks like they can do like a whole few years of just doing Battle
World or whatever it is.
Right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
dude, and people think it's like Eternals and like all that shit's weird. They're not ready for the Battle World and like Planet Hulk. Like we're supposed to get Savage Hulk again and stuff like that. So it is gonna get weird.
a lot of ideas. No follow through yet, but
yeah.
This would actually line up perfectly because it's release date for Secret Invasion is June 21st, and then it looked like Disney screwed up and put August 31st on their release for Ahsoka the other day. So you figure like 10 days off, and they come back at you with Star Wars. That would be beautiful. That would make my summer. In addition to like the other movies coming out this summer. So yeah, man, that's what we're waiting on here. Just another month. Misery. Just another month of trying to keep you bastards entertained.
Another month of rewatching all the Star Wars stuff that your wife haven't watched yet.
Dude,
you
she's
guys
watching
finished Rebels?
Yeah,
that's so cool.
On season 2 of the Bad Batch right now. She's like, I just want them in live
tell
action.
Her I'm sorry. It's not all like
God.
that.
She likes it. She's into it.
So she likes Omega.
She told me the other night. She said that she's like, you know what? Star Wars is better than Marvel. And I'm like, take that shit back.
Let's go.
Oh my God, that's she's the one that they want for their demographic, man.
Yeah. So then
got him.
So the divorce papers are almost signed. Still working out a couple line items. But
do you watch any of the DC? I mean, I know it's trash, but are you like, whenever you hear about a Superman or a Batman project, are you excited?
Oh wow, you know what? Like I like DC. I just like wish they'd come out with better stuff. But like I'm ridiculously hyped for the Flash movie. I don't care if this lunatic's in it because I get Michael Keaton Batman back. That's my favorite one. So I'm gonna try to be all over that. I just been always like a Marvel guy. So it's like, all right, how do I get into this without sounding like a moron? Which is definitely possible most of the time. So maybe I should just embrace my moronosity.
You follow My Time to Shine Hello, right, on Twitter?
I have the notifications set. Like I get.
She tweeted, "Who would you want to see Ezra Miller play in the MCU?" And the best comment was, "Is that a threat?"
Yeah, right.
But I'm like, why are you tweeting that? I don't know. Please, no.
Like a random corpse.
Troll.
Yeah. I said Reed Richards spaghettificated balls.
I saw that and I was like, what the hell are you talking about, Scotty?
Do you guys not know what spaghettification is?
You're talking about the effect from Multiverse of Midness where he turned into spaghetti. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. It's also what happens if you actually really held Thor's hammer.
Okay.
Because of how dense it is. It was literally created by like two neuron stars or whatever. There's a hilarious video on YouTube that explains the science behind Thor's hammer, and that was the first time I ever heard that word spaghettification, and I use it regularly now.
Yeah, Scotty's a hit at parties.
Yeah,
big words.
Another month
SATs,
before that movie
SAT
comes
words.
out.
Oh, no, that movie sounds awesome. And I think that's the only reason why they're putting it out.
Bro, like the reset, like what's it gonna?
I don't think it is. I don't even know if it's gonna tie in or make sense to
Okay.
anything going forward. I just think it's gonna be a cool movie. I'm not expecting it to like actually like. That's like the one movie they got where like I'm gonna go see it, even though I don't think it's gonna tie into any of the James Gunn stuff at all. You know what I mean?
I think it has to.
I mean, does it?
I don't think I don't want it to be just a ribbon on the post to the new. Like,
I'm cool with it if it is, just because I get.
I don't think James Gunn does that. I don't think that's a James Gunn move. I think there's there's two post credit scenes, and it's not just a race.
This isn't a James Gunn movie. I mean, I don't think that he's obligated to finish it off just because he's going into his stuff. You know, supposedly it's a good movie. That's what I've been hearing for the longest time. And you know, not just because of Michael Keaton. Apparently, Extra has something to do with that too. So you know, we have to see. But you know, how embarrassing would it be if that movie does better than Quantumania?
Everything's gonna do better than Quantumania. It's not even embarrassing at this point. It is what it is. But you're gonna take some shots. Sometimes they're gonna land. Sometimes they're not. You know. But I mean, that movie did crappy, and a lot of people were complaining about CGI. And how long was it later? Victoria Alonso was bye-bye. You know, so they're responding. They're trying to make some changes. But fuck that. We're talking about DC right now, and that movie. And honestly, like, it doesn't have to tie into anything to me. I think like the story that I can compartmentalize Ezra bullshit a little bit and just say like, all right, is he got a good script? He's got a good story. Is he acting well in it? And it looks like the story is pretty cool. They've shown us. They've done kind of the Sony thing too. They've shown us way too much of the movie already, like trying to convince us. But
they got to get butts in seats.
I mean, Tom Cruise said it's amazing, so he said Scientology was cool too. So I should believe it. You know?
That was so funny that they came out with that story. That just shows how desperate they are to get people into that, you know, theater.
Yeah, because when's the last time he had commented on a movie?
Right. I'll tell you what's gonna suck though, because Blue Beetle comes out after this, right?
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
But that'll be like the last layover from like the old guard at DC to the James Gunn stuff, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if this movie like tanks, like the Flash is just not living up to the hype, it's gonna murder Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what they should have done? Speaking of Tom Cruise, what they should have done is did a promotion for him as Les Grossman from Tropic Thunder, and him being the one that actually sees the Flash, and also like promo like a sequel or maybe a prequel to Tropic Thunder. You know, that would have set it off.
I wish he would play more parts like that. Like just take some chances, be funny, like do different shit instead of just trying to be like.
When everybody was talking about him as evil Iron Man, that the memes were of that guy as Iron Man.
Amazing. Yeah. You watch him in that, it's like, oh, dude, he can actually act. He's not a robot. And then he just goes right back to being a robot. But, you know, like this doesn't know how to run, how to be a human.
Yo, why does James Gunn keep tweeting mermaids?
Oh my god! I wish he would stop.
Jesus,
I wish Zaslav would say, just grab him up by the neck, by the scruff of his neck, and say, "Get the fuck off of Twitter. You need to just get to your job."
I'm bringing a projector screen to OG's backyard. We're gonna watch Blue Beetle.
Bro, what? I don't know. I thought the CGI was dope. The way he was transforming on him. That kid is a good actor. I don't know. I hope it's not one and done. I hope they're trying to set these characters up to be in it. The other thing I love that James Gunn's doing is the people are going to cross over from cartoon voice to live action and be that character throughout all the media. I don't know. I like continuity. That's why I like Star
If they
Wars.
can make it work, I'm down with it.
I'm kind of thinking James Gunn thinks he's smarter than he is.
That too.
Dude's taking credit for like the whole Infinity War saga at this point. And it's like, calm down.
Well, he also admitted that he's been consulted on all of these movies, so that didn't make him look exactly, stellar. They consulted him on all the flops that that happened in Phase Four. So, although I could see how that happened, I could see them asking his advice on stuff, but not necessarily taking it. So
I
I don't
think
know.
I like him. I like his Guardian movies, obviously, but I think he's embellishing quite a bit. You know, like I think the ideas he's got for DC definitely fresh, might work out, but I definitely think he's a little bit full of himself.
Well,
I
I
hope.
mean,
Go ahead.
everything changed. Sorry, Scotty. Everything changed when he got fired. That screwed the MCU. So even if he's a little cocky, he might have reason to be because he was
Yeah,
supposed to be really important,
no,
going forward, but not anymore. Now he's got his own gig at DC, so good for him.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
making that money now.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I hope he's not. I hope that he's allowed to be creative and that he hasn't forced himself into a situation where he sounds like Kathleen Kennedy and has to backtrack on some of the announcements he's made because it's so early in development and stuff. I know the one show he's writing everything for, the first animated show, The Authority or whatever it's called. So, but other than that, like I just hope stuff doesn't get canceled because I'm excited with the announcements. He seems genuinely excited about doing the stuff. So time will tell.
I got
You know
news for you. This is Zaslav we're talking about here. If the shit doesn't work, it won't go forward.
Yeah.
So you can count on some of that stuff being canceled.
So you don't
Count
think
on
that James Gunn's going to have as much creative control as he's kind of leading on? Him and the other guys, it seems like they're the ones pulling the strings at DC.
No, I do believe that he has creative control, but creative control does not mean that you control the purse strings. Zaslav
Yeah, he
controls
can
the purse
present.
strings.
Yeah, he can present the projects, but they need to be greenlit, kind of thing.
Yeah, and Warner Brothers Discovery is in serious debt. The reason why Zaslav is being put forward, so much these days is because he's saved that company so much money and he has plans to actually make them more. So, you know, I'm glad that, they're combined, Safran, Gunn, Zaslav, but if it doesn't make dollars, it don't make sense. It doesn't matter how much we want to see it. If it's not good quality, it's not going to be seen. They'll Batgirl it. They'll Batgirl it.
Like, how are you gonna like the best like brand name they had was HBO. So let's change our streaming service from HBO Max to the name of our competitor and just call it Max. That's a brilliant idea.
I
Really
gotta
good.
be honest with you. When I heard this happen, I was like, "God damn it, Zaslav! I was singing your praises, but this move, I don't know. It don't make sense."
I'm getting emails telling me like, "Hey, welcome to Max." It's like, are you what?
Mm-hmm.
Pissed me off, but I don't know. Yeah, I did see something about him saying like he couldn't believe like James Gunn isn't running Marvel at this point. This guy's a genius. It's like,
You know what? Just let the AI do it. Just let him do it. Just it's fine.
with the AI
Can't
runs
get any
Warner
worse.
Bros. Discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the AI still needs something to be fed into it in order for it to work. So
Right.
you still need
You have
something
some
for it to
asshole
base its
writing his
things
shit in
on.
there, no matter.
Yeah,
what.
it doesn't actually invent anything. It
Yeah.
reuses already used content, so it's
Yep.
not what people
Yeah.
think. I'm not that afraid of it. I'll take on an AI. I'll be like quite shrewd. I'll outsell you, but nah. Hell was I even just gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say breaking news: AI purchases WB Discovery.
Yes.
It's
Oh my
big in the
God.
stock market. But,
Man.
nah, man, this is gonna be a great summer of movies. I kind of like selfishly hope they don't start really rolling back all the stuff on streaming services because obviously it gives us something to talk about, something to follow. Like, regardless of what you think of Secret Invasion, it's gonna be fun as hell covering that show. because it's gonna be like you're gonna be trying to guess what's happening each week to the next. It's gonna be awesome. That's honestly what makes the shows the most fun. Like WandaVision, I wasn't like a giant fan of it by the end because we were expecting probably way too much. But week to week for that show, do you remember how much we were all guessing?
Yeah.
And like, oh, is this gonna happen? That gonna happen? What was happening here? You know?
Mephisto.
That was the fun of it, though, right? Because like 1 week we thought Reed Richards was for sure coming. 1 week we thought Blue Marvel was coming.
And they're putting all these things in the animated titles to make us like look for Easter eggs. Like, do more of that. Do more of that.
It was fun, but it was weird as hell. But it was really fun. And then like Wanda was looking good, so that was good too.
The only person that should have showed up was Doctor Strange, and he never showed up, so that ruined the show for me.
He did. And they got cut.
Yeah. What? Yeah. We already talked about that. We've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But got anything coming up in the next week? Unless it's like news. Is there anything to look forward to? Is anybody hyped?
No, I'm very low on hype these days. A lot of disappointment has been happening for me, but if great things happen, I'll definitely be out here talking about it.
That brings us to our sponsor, BetterHelp. No. But,
I'm excited about better weather. So I mean, at least I'm not in a frozen tundra anymore.
Yeah,
for at least 3 months. I'm
For
good.
the most part, we all jumped in this game during COVID. So everybody get out and live your lives a little bit.
Touch some grass a little.
Still be a nerd outside for at least like a couple weeks and then get back over here. But you know, yeah. Scotty, you got anything going on with your channel?
We're moving on from single player games back into the multiplayer extraction shooters, that kind of stuff. So it's not your typical battle royale type gameplay. So if you want to come check that out, that's what I'm doing.
Felicity, you guys got anything going on over at Fan Shop First?
We are streaming tomorrow because Abby has tickets to go see Taylor Swift on Wednesday. So, check us out tomorrow for our 100 sub stream.
Can you tell her to get me some? Can you tell her to get me some rainwater from the show? All right, cool. Did you guys see that shit?
Abby Swifty K's.
$2.50 a bottle for rainwater from a Taylor Swift show.
Oh,
I'm in the wrong industry. I am in the wrong industry.
Look, we got chicks out here making candles that smell like their hoo-ha. So, I mean, come on. Get out there.
Abby's a Swiftie, Ronnie. Get it straight.
Ronnie.
Or just make a video saying Felicity is. That would still be pretty funny. Yeah, that's where we're at for right now. We ran out of shit to talk about pretty much. We're missing Quentin today. We're just it's just a threesome today, guys. Sorry for the disappointment. No quadruple. We should have him back next week, though. I think he's doing an every other week thing, which leaves the door open for us to bring in some guests every other week, too. So that should be more fun, too. But yeah, unless you guys got anything else to say.
Oh, shit. My birthday is June 2nd. I got that whole week off. I'm doing a crystal giveaway. So if you want to try to get some free shit coming through.
Roll up to Scotty Hawk for some birthday crystal meth and, free.
No, in-game.
All right. Well.
They aren't just nerds.